Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is fucking Talking Shit with Eagle. Hopefully, you guys have an excellent Sunday. This is episode 266. Got a super special guest for you guys tonight. You guys have seen these guys all around the cannabis community. Pop Brothers at Law. How you doing tonight? You want to tell us how you're doing and where all we can find you tonight?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
not tonight,
Always
but anytime.
such a pleasure to be here. I'm Mark Wasserman. And for me, my brother Craig, who my older brother, he's the old man, he's sleeping on a Sunday night. So, we give him a chance to rest up. But we're cannabis attorneys and criminal defense attorneys based out of California. And one of the things that we have become famous or infamous for is teaching people how to deal with law enforcement when they get pulled over. We've created something called the script, which is the only 25 words you use when the cops pull you over. And we teach people to use this script politely, calmly, and it's a way to utilize your constitutional and civil rights so that at the end of the day, at the end of an encounter with law enforcement, you will have preserved all of your rights, remedies, and defenses if you have to use them to defend yourself on criminal charges, and if you have to use them to bring a civil action against the police for violating your rights. That is what we do in a nutshell.
And I thank you for it. You guys have been putting in a ton of hard work over the years, helping us cannabis growers, users safe and out of the clink. I can't thank you enough for all your hard work, all the time you put in, and we all greatly appreciate it. It it keeps us safe and out of jail. How much more, you know,
Yeah.
protection do we need than somebody like yourselves? And it's pretty awesome, you guys. How long have you been doing the fight? I mean, how long have you guys been out there?
Well, let's see. I've been practicing for 24 years. My brother's been at it for 34 years. And but I mean, we've been teaching people, how to deal with cops for our entire careers, but we never advertised, right? We never took ads in the paper. It was all word of mouth, all steeped in our own involvement with the cannabis culture right from the beginning. I mean, we grew with guys in California who were the first guys to do things 20, 30 years ago, and we represented a lot of people coming up. And it was in January 22nd 2015 when we started our Instagram account, because my nephew, whom we had helped get out of 7, 8 different felonies over a 10-year period, because he was in the cannabis game as a caregiver, and then as a cooperative and a collective, and all the legal ways that you were supposed to operate in California. We had my nephew operating that way to protect him. And he said, "You got to get on Instagram." And like, we're a couple of old guys. What are we gonna do on Instagram? And we ended up actually going on a talk show called Getting High with Adam on Be Real TV with a guy named Adam Hill. And they were looking for attorneys to interview. Now, this is back in 2015, on the cusp of Prop 64 in California for adult use getting ready to pass. And they were looking for attorneys to come on, talk about the law, and smoke with them. And they couldn't find anybody. Well, my nephew was friends with them and said, "Oh, my dad and uncle will do it." And my brother wasn't too happy about his son telling somebody he was gonna come up on a TV show and start smoking pot. But I was ready to go. I said, "Let's go. When do we got to do this?" He said, "It's tonight. Let's get up there." So we went on Be Real TV, did this show, and at the Be Real TV studios created the Pop Brothers at Law Instagram account on that day, January 22nd, 2015, and started to check out what Instagram was, and it was, as far as I could see, it was tits and, pot and pictures and shit like that. Nothing really, nothing of educational value or anything like that. And, we saw a big gaping hole there. And we decided back then it was 15-second videos that you had. And we created a 15-second tip of the day based on getting pulled over. We did a series of 15-second videos on what to do when the cops pull you over. And back then, all we had was our basic theory of shut the fuck up, never consent to searches. And we then saw that people needed a way to engage with law enforcement, but protect your rights and yourselves from getting killed and everything else that happens at traffic stops. And so over the course of several months, we went back and forth with, 50 words, 70, 60, 50, 30. And finally, it was 25 words that we felt this is it. And those words are based on legal theories and legal cases and making sure you institute and maintain your civil and constitutional rights when you are being pulled over and otherwise engaging law enforcement. So it kind of took a life of its own. We had absolutely no idea that we were going to start this Instagram page, like I said, in 2015. Then from 2015 to December 25th, 2008, about 120,000 followers in that 3-year period. And by all accounts, that's pretty good. And on December 25th, 2018, one of my notifications on my phone started going off. So what I did, once we started getting all these followers on Instagram and something going on, I created the Pop Brothers at Law on everything, right? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We even we're on TikTok now, and, just everywhere. And so I had different notification sounds set for every different platform if we got a message. Because as an attorney, it just takes one message. Hey, I got raided last night. I'm in jail. I need help. And so I don't want to miss anything. So very particular about that. And our Facebook page back then had about 200-300 followers and would go off maybe once or twice a month. And so on December 25th, 2018, my Facebook notifications, which went just a simple ding, just started going ding, 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 and it was just nonstop. And I thought my phone was broken. I'd never heard anything like that. I thought it was stuck. I turned my phone off and on, comes back on. It's the notifications are going haywire. I get on my computer and I'm trying to see where that's all happening. I'm getting these likes and comments and shares and just everything. And so I'm able to track it down. One of our Shut the Fuck Up Friday script posts where we do the script review, and we account for a story about 3 people who were in a raid at an illegal store. 2 of them said, I'm a volunteer here. And one of them shut the fuck up. The guy who shut the fuck up, our client, did not get a case brought against him. The other 2 who said, I work here, got fucked. And so we told that story on this video for Shut the Fuck Up Friday. It got posted on a Facebook page called Respect My Region, which is like a small hip hop political page out of Seattle, Washington at that time. And then that got reposted by Roger Stone. And if you don't know who Roger Stone is, he's the big political strategist who got Trump elected, and Bush and Nixon and everybody, all the Republicans. HBO did a great documentary on him too, but he reposted that and said, these should be my attorneys, which, he's the last guy who shuts the fuck up. as we know. And from that post, it got reposted uh, by everybody. And when I say everybody, from Snoop and P Diddy to Michael Rappaport and World Star and all these platforms I didn't even know existed. These different internet platforms. Yeah, I'd walk into a restaurant and the closed caption TV would have our shit up there going. And that one video, by all accounts, probably to date has about 500 or 600 million views across all of social media. And that that led directly to MTV calling us and licensing our video to use on Ridiculousness. Michael Rappaport, he called us. We went on his podcast. Tosh.0 called us. We did that show, and it just spiraled out of control to the point where we go places and it's, hey, you're the shut the fuck up guy. And it's been rewarding getting the feedback from people all over the country who call us or message us. I used the script and a cop let me go on my way, and I had 10 pounds in the trunk. I don't tell you, don't go driving around with 10 pounds, but it is only pot. And I mean, Jesus Christ, leave people alone. I'll take a break. Need some water.
Well, it's been pretty awesome. I remember the first time. It's such a catchy phrase too. The "shut the fuck up." I mean, and it's all in the sentence there too. I remember the first time I heard it. I'm like, "What the heck are you talking about? You don't know about Pop Brothers?" I'm like, "No, show me." And they all brought it up and showed me the spiel. I'm like, "Oh, that makes perfect sense." And it was. So from then on, it was like every club you went to and shit. You were, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? There you go, man. You should know this.
Yeah, we had no idea that it was gonna resonate, and I mean, it really it hit a nerve in the fabric of society, because when we think about when we started getting more exposure in 2015, that's when all the shit with the cops started coming more to the forefront, when more videos coming out and more of the bullshit dealing with cops. So we kind of came into the scene as that was rising, more of a need to be able to engage with law enforcement, because of what's going on, and it's so important now. And what's really amazing is, a lot of people think we're anti-cop and we hate cops, and which we don't, which furthest from the truth. We hate bad cops. I don't like cops who beat people up and disrespect constitutional rights. Fuck them. We like great cops, and we have a lot of cops that are followers and fans and support what we do, and understand and realize that not only what we're doing is helping citizens out there, but it keeps the cops safe. We're telling people to be polite, be calm, utilize your rights, and that's it. And it's helping keep the cops safe. I always, when I talk about cops across the country, I always bring up a particular cop. He's a captain in Kentucky, and every night before his squad goes out and he sends them on their shift, they all stand up and recite the script and remind themselves that they support the Constitution and people that they're engaging with have rights. And that we need more police like that. We need more policing like that. But it's out there. It's out there, and it's important that people know their rights so they can utilize them. And what happens, unfortunately, is you get cops who hate people who know their rights, and they feel less powerful, and then they have to exude more power. But you got to just shut the fuck up and go through it, and maybe get arrested, and come out the other side. But that's how it is. I'm gonna take a dab.
You know, I like the way. I will take a dab with you. How often do I get to take a dab with the Pop Brothers at Law?
Oh yeah.
uh, you know, I like the way that you know, reiterate to calmly shut the fuck up there, because, you know, screaming your rights at the officers ain't gonna do nothing but make your manners worse. That's for sure.
Yeah, well,
You
and
may be in the right, but nobody likes to be screamed at.
and cops typically don't like to be told that they don't know the law. They don't like to be told that. And fact of the matter is, a lot of them don't know the laws, especially when it comes to probable cause and what is or isn't. And like in California, smell alone of cannabis is no longer probable cause to search. And you know, we have people who hear us say this, and then they come back and they get pulled over, and they're like, "Oh yeah, and I told the cop that smell wasn't probable cause," and then the next thing the cop's doing is ripping through the car, and we'll be able to get it thrown out on an illegal search. But you probably could have avoided all that by not saying, "Well, smell's not probable cause, officer," you know, because he's going to say, "Well, fuck you, it is," and I'm going to search. He's wrong, but he's going to rip your car apart.
Just out of curiosity, what are you dabbing on over there, good sir?
I'm dabbing on my West Coast Cure, hardcore OG.
Nice, nice. So, you guys really took the social media platform and ran with it, not just as an advertisement either. You guys laid down knowledge, helped keep a lot of people out of jail. Saved us a lot of money. May have screwed yourself in the process, but I guess that's what you want, is somebody good and honest, and not necessarily looking to make a buck off you, but trying to keep, have your better good in mind.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we got on Instagram, 5 years ago, it was okay. Maybe we'll get a few clients out of it. It's free advertising. You don't have to pay for it. And okay, like Facebook. I used Facebook right when it started to advertise my law practice and my production company and my film career. And it was free advertising. It took me 8 years to get 5,000 friends, but on Instagram, we had 5,000 people following us inside of a month, and it just grew like wildfire. And yeah, well, what we learned that we were influencers, right? We never had heard of I didn't know what a fucking social media influencer was, and all that stuff back then. So we're attorneys, we're influencers, and as we grew, we got people, hey, smoke my joint on your video. We'll here, use our product on your video, and we're finding out, shout us out on your page. And we're learning that all that equates to, money. People pay for shout outs and product placements but we couldn't do that, right? We're attorneys, we're not gonna sell products. So believe me, we were not that happy about it. We turned down you can imagine, the things we turned down. Now, if we found something that we liked, like a certain spray or something like that, we just used it. And we would use it, and things that made sense, like a spray, deodorize, keep your car smelling fresh because you don't want the cops to search you, and so on and so forth, and things that made sense that we would naturally use. But people were soon asking for hats and shirts and things like that. And that was another thing. It's like, we're not hat peddlers, we're attorneys. How do we, we were kind of unique in that we were influencers and more than just attorneys to people who were wanting to see us at shows and different things like that. And so we were just trying to navigate all that and kind of let it build around itself. Now we have our merch, that's up with all the hashtag STFU and the script, and we have a CBD line of products that we just came out with that we use for our old man ailments and stuff like that. And so, we're navigating our way along while we continue to teach people to shut the fuck up when cops ask questions.
Are you guys still doing the Cannabis Talk? What was that, like once a week? It was, right?
Yes, that's our podcast. We started on FM radio. Wow, that was about 4 years ago. And then actually last year, at the end of 2019, we signed the deal with iHeartMedia. So we became the first Cannabis Talk show to partner with a major media conglomerate, 50-50 partners with iHeartMedia. And we had our launch on 4/20/2020 at 4/20. Now, it was supposed to be at the iHeart Studios in Burbank, at the iHeart Theater, you can only imagine the performers we had lined up and it was this whole fucking thing that was going to be, laid out there. But of course, thanks to the pandemic, the four of us co-hosts were in the comforts of our own homes, going remote like everybody else. We launched, and it's been going pretty good. We're in 93 countries now, heard in 93 countries, and we drop new segments pretty much every day, Monday through Friday. Cannabis Talk 101 on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. And it's a great show with me, my brother Blue, and Joe Grande. We chop it up, go over everything cannabis, news, business, funny stories, people making waves in the industry, and we always have great guests. We recently interviewed Carlos Santana, Tommy Chong, Jack Griffo, Squints from The Sandlot. If you saw the movie The Sandlot, Squints, he's got a cannabis brand now. He's a oh yeah, but yeah, we got Killer Mike coming on next week to Cannabis Talk 101. So lots of exciting things moving and grooving into the new year with that as well.
Man, you guys are killing it over there.
Just trying to save it.
How do you find time to sleep?
I don't. Now, here, I'll tell you something else. 2 weeks ago, I decided to throw my hat back into the acting arena and resurrect my acting career. I've started auditioning again. I have background in acting and theater. If you check out my IMDb page, the Internet Movie Database, imdb.com, and you put my name in, you'll see all the good stuff that I've done. But I've been out of it for about 20 years or so. So just decided to do that as well. So lots of stuff going on, 3 kids, a wife, and
So did the acting?
Go ahead.
So did the acting come first, or did the law come, or was it like side by side?
No, I started when I was a kid, and I went through college, actually dropped out of college, moved out to Hollywood, and then ultimately decided to go back to school, go to law school to become an attorney, to finance plays and films I was writing. So that's why I became an attorney, to make money to do that, which in 1996, I became an attorney and opened my independent production company called Race Ipsa Productions. And over the last 24 years, did about 15 different films, features, documentaries, web series, shorts. In fact, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. 2 of the movies I did should be showing up on Amazon Prime in the next month or two.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, how big of this is a silly question now, but how big of an asset would you say the acting was as far as, in the courtroom? Would you say that, that was a good like prerequisite for work in the courtroom there, keeping a straight
Yeah,
face and
absolutely.
put I guess that'd help for a poker face in the courtroom, no?
It does. It does. It helps all the way around because, I started performing on stage when I was, 6, 7, 9, 10, doing summer stock every year during my teenage years and stuff. And, so that makes it, you're up there, you're talking, you're comfortable, certainly helps. Certainly helps.
So that's pretty amazing. I mean, I don't know how you can find time to actually get in the courtroom these days. Hopefully that you've laid down so much knowledge for you that you're not so much in demand, because it sounds like you've got a pretty full slate right now. Which direction do you hope to see yourself going here? Do you hope to, slow down a little bit, maybe, go along with the acting, or do you hope the cannabis field keeps tugging you along?
Well, I mean, it's just a little bit, it's just everything, we'll see. We actually have a meeting tomorrow about some reality TV shit. I, we've been saying no to reality TV producers for about 4 years, and we've finally started talking to somebody that maybe they got the right idea. You know, so I don't know. We're just kind of going with the flow. We're gonna keep helping people. We're helping people get into the cannabis business for licensing and permitting. Of course, we represent criminal defense arena. People are still getting busted for cannabis, and we represent all over California. But because of social media, we've created a wide-reaching network of attorneys across the nation and in some other countries. So if somebody has a problem, no matter where you're at, we might be able to hook you up with a good attorney somewhere else. So you can always reach out to us. We're very easy to get in touch with.
Nice. Well, I can vouch for that. I sent you guys for a DM for the show, thinking, man, this is a shot in the dark. This is never going to happen. You guys responded right back with a heck yeah, and
That'd be
I couldn't
me.
have been more.
I run all the social media.
Man, that's got to be a full-time job all in itself, right there. Imagine them DMs are like all day.
I don't like thinking about it, but it's just the way it is. Just the way it is.
So you think California is gonna? I mean, California is one of the pioneers in the cannabis industry. I mean, you guys helped break the ice for the whole country as far as getting cannabis on the map there. But it seems like you guys out there in Cali can't get along with yourself as far as the law goes. I mean, it seems like Cali would keep you guys pretty busy. I mean, is
Yeah.
is that what leaves you guys so open to like federal problems? Is like there's not enough unity across the state as far as law goes and how they
That
treat each other, from county to county?
it's too overregulated, overtaxed. They make it too difficult to get in. The margins suck. That's why the black market is continuing to prosper. Because until some of the cities are starting to change the taxes and lowering them, so it's manageable. But there still has to be more reform with the way they're doing everything and the way they're the process to get permitted and licensed. You know, that's got to change. That's got to change. But you know, it's baby steps. It is the way it is, and you know, I mean, coming from, you know, somebody who, what, 20, 30 years ago could never even dream that I'd be able to walk into a store and buy a joint. You know, I mean, for old guys like us, it's that being able to do that, pretty cool. It's nice. We wish it could be better. It will get better, but it's got to roll with it and keep fighting and keep being vocal and getting the change instituted so that the people who started this whole thing, who went to jail, you know, the people who went to jail, who are in jail now while people are out there doing the same goddamn thing, making money. I mean, it's ass backwards, you know, and eventually it's going to catch up to itself. But I hope I'm around to see that. We'll leave it at that.
Did you ever think you'd see it be to this stage? I
No,
mean, come on, it's came a long way.
When I think back, no. You know, I was just hoping for the day that, you won't get arrested for it. And that's still not here. That day is still not here. So it is not legal anywhere in the United States, federal or otherwise. Partial legalization in some states because they have their limits and can have this much, can't have that much, and all that shit. So until that changes, you know, it's still going to be illegal and something that people are still getting arrested for. That has to stop.
So, what is the bill Congress is trying to pass right now? Is that just a decriminalization, not legalization, but a decriminalization type bill?
Yeah, it's decriminalization. And that only passed in the House. It needs to pass the Senate, which it won't unless the Democrats take the 2 seats January 5th in the runoff. Otherwise, it's never going to happen federally.
It's sad the way you said it. You know, I hate to say that, but it's
Mitch McConnell.
It don't pass because it's the thing to do. It will pass because the right people are in place. That's the sad part of it. Not the right thing. The right people have
the
to
people.
be.
No, it's Mitch McConnell. As long as Mitch McConnell is leader of the Senate, no cannabis legislation will pass. So I got to get out there and vote for those Democrats on January 5th in Atlanta, in Georgia. Get out there and vote for those Democrats in Georgia so we can have cannabis legalization federally across the land. Ridiculous. 47 states have some form of cannabis legalization, whether it's medicinal, adult use, or like Texas allows minimal amounts of CBD, but they've at least done something. And there are 3 other states, I can't remember the top of my head. I think Idaho, Kansas, I think.
Okay.
Right. And so there's 50 states in the union, and 47 of them are like some form of legalization. How is it not federally fucking legal? It's insanity. But if you look around at what's going on in the country, I guess it's fucking insane anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy times. But at least we have cannabis to help get us through it. In fact, it's how crazy it is that we've talked about a little bit that we never thought it'd be this far, but to be in this trying times and then have cannabis be thrown into the equation as essential, and them actually telling you to use it. That was a whole new surprise I would have never seen coming in 2020. Yeah,
Yeah.
essential, not just faux pas or taboo, but now essential. That's strides.
It's illegal and essential all at the same time. So, go go bang your head. Like I say, go bang your head against the wall about that. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, I gotta get going though, man. Thank you so much for having me on and letting me spout our message.
No problem. Can I tell you a couple things before you go? First of
Absolutely.
all, I explained the two parts of the show there to you. The spotlight, the rabbit hole. I'd like to offer an open invitation to the rabbit hole. Keep the Zoom numbers. That's always the same. If you're
Okay.
ever wanting to, pop on to a rabbit hole and, give us some advice, hang out, do a couple dabs with us, no invitation needed. Zoom numbers always the same. Please take us up on that. We'd be honored.
And when you do
The
that,
second thing I would like to get from you is is basically a soundbite, the old school radio soundbite. Can I get that from you? Basically, what I'm looking for in my words is, hey, this is Eagle Gardens, and I'm on fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 266. Check it out. Basically, this will be like the commercial for your episode.
gotcha.
I would
I got you.
greatly appreciate it, my friend.
You got it. On me?
Anytime you're ready. Yep.
Hey, this is Mark Wasserman of the Pop Brothers at Law and Cannabis Talk 101. I am talking shit with Eagle, episode 266. Check it out and you will learn how to shut the fuck up when cops ask questions.
Thank you. Thank you, not just for doing this tonight, but all the knowledge and the people that you've kept safe over the years. Not just myself, but we all thank you very much. And keep doing what you're doing. And good luck in that upcoming acting adventure, my friend. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that. Well, how often, when do you do the rabbit hole dealie? When do you do
Every night, basically every night. I take, yeah. I started this March 25th of this year, and this is 266 episodes, and the rabbit holes are like a 0.5. So in between every episode, there's a 0.5.
Nice.
So there's close to like 500 episodes of this since March 25th. So every night, basically, at some point, there's a rabbit hole, and you're welcome to jump in at any time.
I'll keep the Zoom handy, brother. You have a good night, man. Thanks again for having us on.
Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Pretty awesome. Craig from Pop Brothers at Law. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode, hanging out with me and a very cool gentleman there helping keeping the cannabis industry safe. Check them out, Pop Brothers at Law, both on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, everywhere else you can possibly find them. Well, that does lead us to a rabbit hole. Give me a few minutes and we'll load up and relaunch it again. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in a few. But if you guys don't, head over to the rabbit hole. Don't forget, please do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. Random acts of kindness, just like my guest here does day after day, keeps people out of jail as well. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in a few. If not, I'll see you soon. Thank you. Good night. Peace.